Hello again, I am Blunty, and here are two identical looking action cameras, except they're not precisely identical. This one has a 2 printed on it, for instance, which may give you the hint that it's the new updated model. Now, not too long ago, I reviewed the original iON Air Pro action camera, even compared it up against the GoPro Hero Black 3. Now we're on to version 2 though, and it maintains all the things I liked about the first one. It's incredibly durable build with its metal construction. It feels kind of military tough, including a very strong and secure feeling Q20 tripod mount on the bottom, making it much easier to get mounted on standardized tripod mounts than the likes of the GoPro are with its plastic cases and custom hinge mounting thingy. Its tubular lengthways construction makes it much more aerodynamic, or indeed hydrodynamic, which is important for sports shooters where wind buffeting and drag can be anywhere from annoying to a genuine performance hindrance. And I'm told that the cyclist at the Aussie Institute of Sport chose it for this exact reason. It's waterproof, of course, diving down to 30 feet in its own right. No need for extra cases with their seals and hinges and stuff to worry about. And the vibration feedback is still here too, letting you know what you're doing with the camera without having to squint at a display or blinking lights or having to dismount it to make sure it's recording and then remount it and then go on your way. The vibration feedback is super handy for those who have it mounted on their helmets and the like. You just flick it, it goes bzzz to let you know it's recording, and away you go. It also comes with quite a complete accessory pack to get you up and running right out of the bag. The iON Air Pro 2's biggest change, however, is the new image sensor, which now sucks in 14 megapixels, up from the original model's 5. And this is great news, particularly for those who like to shoot time-lapses, because it gives you a lot more resolution and options for push-ins and digitally panning when you put them in a video timeline. The time-lapse functionality allows you to set the camera to take still images at 5, 10, 30 or 60-second intervals. There's a fistful of video resolution options, but the most useful ones will be the 1080p at 30 frames per second and the 720p at 60 frames per second. The other big change, and this one will make a lot more people happy than even the big resolution jump, where the original model has an AV output, the 2 swaps that out for a microphone input, indispensable for those who like to do live commentary while they're doing their thing, or for those who just want to feed in a cleaner audio feed from better mics than the little fellows built onto it. I mean, the built-in mics are okay as far as built-in mics go, but we all know an external mic is the best way to get the best audio. Battery life still gets you about 2.5 hours of shooting. If you've got the Wi-Fi turned off, obviously using the Wi-Fi will drain it faster. And combined with their phone app, the Wi-Fi lets you do all the things you'd expect. You can view the videos and pictures stored on the camera, you can take remote control of the camera, you can fiddle with the settings for video and stills resolutions and the time-lapse intervals and the like. The app also gives you a read on how much battery life you've got left, which unfortunately the camera itself has no way to report to you. And that lack of battery readout on the camera itself is perhaps the only real annoyance of the entire design. Now when it comes to its performance boost over the first model, well, for a start, the new sensor is much better in low light conditions. It's still not great in the dark, of course, but in as little light as these pre-dawn conditions are offering up to us, the difference is pretty significant. Outside of that, the 2 will give you brighter, cleaner colours, the contrast is a little punchier, giving the image a crisper feel, and the automatic white balance is more accurate too. The original model keeps things just slightly on the warm side. Unfortunately, the image is still a bit soft when underwater, but the wider dynamic range and better low light performance both kick into gear here, and it still delivers a noticeably nicer image. Both below and above the water, you'll also find there's less motion blurring in the new kit too. So it's not a giant leap forward, but there's lots of little tweaks and improvements. Probably not enough to make existing iON Air Pro users pull the trigger on an instant upgrade purchase, but certainly enough to push the iON Air Pro 2 forward enough to make it an even better choice for those currently deciding on which action camera option will suit them best. So hopefully this has been useful to you. I am Blunty, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.